Alrighty, so as a review, before we dive into the rest of the TEKS practice for Chapter 7, I want us to think about the jobs and those plans. So someone in your neighborhood wants to build a new store. What should he do first? So I want you to think back to those plans that we made. Should they take out a loan for the project, start building the store, think about the whole project, or buy the materials needed for the project? Well, I think they need to think about the whole project first, because that's where you're asking the questions and getting approval and everything else. So let's see if we're right. Well, we're correct. Let's go to question number 2. If a job or project is broken down into smaller parts and each person completes his or her own part, what is that called? Now, remember, we know it's not natural resources or planning, so we might be stuck between division of labor or interdependence. Division of labor is when you're dividing the jobs up. If you are unsure of what interdependence is, you can look in your glossary, and interdependence is when people depend on each other to get things they need or want. And so that's when we've talked about trading. So I would say that division of labor is our best answer. Okay? And then for our final question, which of these is an example of a capital resource used for doing a job? Money, building materials, people, or land? Well, capital resource all has to do with money, and you need money to make a job successful. All right, so I felt like that was a pretty good review. Today, I want you to finish the TEKS practice that you can find on pages 280 and 281. I am going to read these again for you and kind of guide you if I think you might need it. So for number 8, it says identify how a business that makes toys could use specialization to operate. Well, if I don't remember what specialization is, I'm either going to go back to the lessons that Mrs. Masachi recorded, or I'm going to go look in the glossary of my textbook and look up specialization. Specialization is when each person in a group has a special skill and does one job or part of a project. So if there's a business that makes toys, how would specialization come into play with that? You might need someone who's an engineer or an electrician if you're going to have toys that are electronic. Maybe you need someone who's a marketer who can market the business. There's a lot of things to think about, but I want you to understand what specialization is and then give me an example. Number 9 says, draw a picture to describe how you and a partner could clean up your classroom by using division of labor. You guys did this so naturally in our classroom. Remember, right after lunch, we would have that 5 minutes that I wanted the classroom cleaned back up and everybody in their seats. And so how did you guys divide those tasks to ensure that it got done quickly and correctly? On the last page, this is a little bit different. It says, how do people get what they need? Everyone has needs and wants. People often need to buy things to meet these needs and wants. Remember, needs are things that you have to survive. Wants you don't need to survive. They're just nice to have. Before they buy something, they have to make choices. They often have to work with others to get what they need. So think about a time you bought a good or a service. Describe what you bought and how you made your choice. So remember, a good is something that you can physically hold in your hands. You went to the store and you purchased it, whether it was food or a toy. A service would be like going to the hair salon and getting your hair done or getting a manicure. Anything that is a service that is done to you. A massage is a service. So describe what you bought and how you made your choice. It can be a good or a service. And then you are also going to describe how people work together as producers to make something your community needs. Draw a picture to show how they work together. Well, our community needs food. And so we have farmers who are producers, whether they are producing meat or vegetables. But what are some other things within our communities that we need where people are working together to produce it? Be creative with your picture. This isn't a whole lot today. I hope you guys can finish up everything quickly and enjoy your Wednesday. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.